Hello and welcome to A Muggle's Perspective. Yeah. The Ant Boys are back.
Just a couple of Ant Boys.
The haters said it would never happen, that they were both going to keep moving over and over again, never be able to record. They proved them wrong.
Where's Kevin Garnett when you need him to just scream anything is possible?
Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Shout out our haters. Hannah, Grace McDillon, Cooper. Cooper is against efficiency. He doesn't want things to get done.
That is really accurate. I would definitely describe him that way.
Let's get a quick dog update. How's Cooper doing with the move, Braden?
He's good. He runs around a lot, gets a lot more exercise.
That's
digs
huge.
a lot of holes. Despite me repeatedly asking him not to.
That's such a Cooper move.
It seems that me asking him not to only speeds up the rate with which he digs.
Mm-hmm.
His paws get going faster the louder I yell. So that's been good. He's literally staring me right in the eyes right now as I talk about him. So it's kind of weird.
Cooper is not a dog whose color lends itself to sneakily digging holes.
Nope, he's pretty visible when that happens. He's just sitting here
Cooping it up.
enjoying a podcast.
Yeah. Let's throw on some phones and get in there, Cooper. Well, George is doing great. He's excited for the new house. He has not seen it yet, but he's heard about it, so he's excited for that.
It's good.
And we'll just keep it moving.
Keep her moving.
We've got a whole fenced-in section of the backyard, so that'll be nice.
That was good.
Mm-hmm.
As we were talking about before the show, Hannah and I dug a electric fence all the way around the perimeter of our 2-acre property. And if any of you listening were considering doing that, I would recommend you don't. I would recommend you just pay somebody to do it. And at first, they'll probably throw you a price and you'll be like, man, that's a lot. It seems like we could just do that ourselves. And you'll be tempted to do that and think that you're like, DIYers and you'll just, you'll save some money. You'll do it yourself. Don't kid yourself. You're risking your marriage. You're risking your lower back.
Wow. Isn't there like a machine that'll drop the line in there for you? Like you have to rent it? Did you just hand dig a trench?
No, so I borrowed an edger, like a lawn edger from a friend at church, and just kind of ran that thing around the whole property, and it did a mediocre job at best. And so then we laid out the line, and we started just kind of filling it in. But basically, since we bought the house, it didn't rain for like a month. Really good time to dig anywhere when you haven't had water in a month. Because the ground is basically just a huge rock at that point. So edger didn't do a whole lot. It wasn't like we could just walk along and kind of like scoop the dirt back in over the fence. It was just like it had just disintegrated into a powder in the air because it was so dry. So we literally had to just like over the course of 2 weeks, just if we got a free evening, we would say, all right, we're going to go out there for an hour and put the line in and
do
like,
20
fill it back
feet.
in. Yeah, that's what it felt like. But that's literally the amount of time that we decided, like, if we try to do this for any longer than an hour, we're either going to kill Cooper or each other. So it's done. It works. He has tried to venture across once or twice, and I don't think I've ever seen him run faster in the opposite direction. So
That's awesome.
it's good.
Listeners, if you have suggestions on how Braden should have done that, we'd love to hear them.
I don't know that I would.
In hindsight,
I think it would just make me really angry at this point.
I would love to hear
I'm sure
them.
there's better ways. Just kind of keep them to yourself, or just tell Rogie.
Text or call the Howler. It is a phone number that you can text and call that I definitely know off the top of my head.
Give me a chance. 978-768-8370.
That's right.
Dang.
Yeah.
Still got it.
Yeah, buddy. 978 Potter 0. Let us know what you're thinking. We have lots of howlers ready to go. For today, we might get through some of them. Not going to guarantee all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6. Oh, we've already listened to that one. Okay. We've got several to listen to, and it's going to be great. We are a Harry Potter podcast, ostensibly. We are covering today chapters 7 and 8 of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, The Will of Albus Dumbledore, and The Wedding. Overarching thoughts, Braden? You enjoyed it? Some good chaps?
Yep, good chaps. Good dialogue. Good snogging.
Let's not act like there weren't going to be snogging questions.
Yeah, I feel like that's just just kind of a goal of JKR with the end of this series. Just like how much snogging can we fit into the end of this story. So that was good. We learn what may or may not be fake news about Albus Dumbledore. That's still up in the air. I don't know, maybe we can throw that out on a social media platform and they can decide whether it's real or not.
Yeah, and the social media platform can pre-decide whether or not it's real, and it'll be great. Let us know. It's probably not. Well, where is it? It's that meme. You know the GIF? I believe it's like, well, no. Well, no.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Braden can't see me, so I had to get that one across in audio form. Chapter 7, The Will of Albus Dumbledore. I'm going to ask Braden some questions. He's going to answer them. We're going to find out if we care about things. So, to start off this chapter, let's be honest, it's been 2 months since you've opened a Harry Potter book, right? I think that's fair.
Correct.
You jump in, and Harry is having some kind of dream in which he keeps hearing a foreign-sounding name.
Yes.
What's going on? What I have written down is what's going on with Harry's Voldy dream / vision things. What is your guess as to what these are?
Well, so I went back and listened to 5 and 6
Smart.
to try and get. I wasn't gonna re-listen to the whole book, but try to get like a little bit of context. And as far as I know, like he's just unable to close his mind. Like he had kind of been advised to like, hey, some pretty scary stuff that could happen if you keep like opening your mind and hearing, feeling, seeing like what Voldemort is doing. But I guess he just can't. That connection is still there. So I don't remember if this is the same vision as what we were seeing with Ollivander. Are those two separate?
It's the same kind of phenomenon. It's not the exact same vision, but
yeah. So this one's about Grigorovich, and this one. Does he actually have a visual, or is it just like the sound of this guy's voice?
He was walking down a mountain road in the cool blue light of dawn. Far below, swathed in mist, was the shadow of a small town. Was the man he sought down there the man he needed so badly he could think of little else? So he seems to be physically there.
Yeah. So it's like an out-of-body experience.
So do you think this is what Voldemort is thinking about or dreaming? Bless you. Is Voldemort really there in real life?
Judging by our past, that's where Voldemort would be in real life.
Okay. It's Harry's birthday. Happy birthday, Harry.
Happy B-Day. HBD, Harry.
He turned 17. Do we care about that?
Yeah. Doesn't that mean he is no longer underneath the protection spell or whatever it is?
Good. Yeah, that's not where I thought you were going to take it. Yes, his mother's spell, his mother's sacrifice is no longer going to protect him.
Mm-hmm.
in his family's
That's-
home kind of thing.
That's important.
And there is another aspect of turning 17 that's important in the wizarding world.
Are you legally an adult as a 17-year-old wizard?
Which means what?
He can drink as much butterbeer as he wants.
He also can use as much magic as he wants.
And does he... So he can use as much magic as he wants. Can he use it where he wants?
Right, exactly, yes.
Okay. So the rule that like Hogwarts levied where he would get in trouble if he did it outside the school grounds, that no longer applies?
Correct, because he's no longer underage.
Sweet. That'll be fun.
That's called like the reasonable restriction of underage sorcery or something.
Gotcha.
So that's exciting. So we kind of care about that.
Yeah. I think we should care about that.
A lot of the specific questions I have and what I think is going to be a big part of our discussion on this chapter come a lot later. Between now and then, there is we kind of mentioned earlier, a big snog situation.
There's a lot of snogging, for sure.
Just
Maybe not a lot of snogging in terms of quantity, but in terms of quality.
Ooh, okay. So what do you think do you think this is a meaningful snog? Do you think this is like a, hey, like I know that we're not together anymore, but like we're kind of still together?
That's what it felt like. It definitely had the... Like it was kind of supposed to be a goodbye snog, but I think it was more like a
hello snog.
It was more like a be back later snog.
Mm-hmm. And Ron, did you expect Ron's reaction here?
A little bit. I mean, I didn't expect him to walk in and be like, "Oh, sorry guys, don't mind me," and then just kind of back out.
Just barge into my sister's room as I do, a normal thing.
Let me just squeeze past you there. But I would have thought he would become more okay with the idea over... Like, I understand his reasoning. He doesn't want her to, like, lead... He doesn't want Harry to lead her on.
Because he was okay with them dating. And so his thing is, like, you broke up. Like, you got a clean break.
But, I mean, he's playing protective brother, but I think you also got to factor in Ginny's temperament and character. Like, she's a pretty independent young woman.
Yeah.
So, like, she's not going to be taken advantage of.
That's true.
So,
and then at the exact same time, Ron gives Harry a book on, like, how to be a pickup artist. A wizard pickup artistry book.
I don't really know what to make of that. It's just a weird gift.
It's very strange. I can't imagine like one of my friends turning 17 and me giving them that book.
Yeah, I mean, like, what message does that send? That could go a lot of different directions.
Hey,
Like, if I were to give you that as your birthday gift when you turn 17, like, am I saying to you, hey man, clearly you need all the help you can get, so I went out and found literature on this subject. Why don't you sit down and read a little bit of this through the evenings? Is it more received as just kind of a bro gesture? Like, hey man, girls, we're 17, right? Let's read about it.
We got to be wingmen.
Yeah.
My thought
is it more like, Harry, I know that you struggle with confidence with women, so like I genuinely want to help. I read this and it did wonders for me.
Here's my thing.
No, there's just a lot of different messaging that could be going on here.
He knows Harry's plan is to go after Horcruxes, right?
Sure.
Harry's going to be, during that time period, with one girl. Who is it?
Hermione.
So is this Ron telling Harry how to hit on Hermione? Hey, I've been hitting on Hermione. I want us to be on an equal playing field here.
Yeah, I just want a fair shot for both of us here. I've never been one to get a leg up without the competition knowing.
Wouldn't feel right if I thought that I only got Hermione because of the book.
If I'm going to win, I want to win the right way.
I guess. So this is a harmony thing.
Option. There's there's a lot of different avenues that, and you would have to think all this is going through Harry's head when he hands him the book. Like it's just kind of a what?
What? My favorite
Thanks?
thing. Okay, what page? What page does Ron give this to Harry?
I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea where my book is right now. We're still in that phase of moving in, so
Okay.
you've just got pure unadulterated me with the microphone
That's all we
right
ever
now.
have. I'm watching you just reclining with the microphone.
Absolutely.
So it's page 113. This isn't your average book. It's pure gold. 12 fail-safe ways to charm witches. And then he says, you'd be surprised. It's not all about wand work either. So Ron was just planning on like putting spells on girls so they would like him.
Or wand work is
Yikes. Longtime listeners will have expected that joke to come from me. So it's a good way to play against type there.
little spin zone action for you. Keep you on your toes, listeners.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Yikes.
Yeah. That was a yikes worthy joke. I don't feel good about it. I am sorry.
Do I have a steam? No. Nope. There it is. Thanks, Chad. He told us what a steam was.
Sure did.
Okay, so we've got Ron's gift. We've got Ginny's gift. I'll quickly do a do we care about the other gifts? Do we care about the sneakoscope from Hermione?
No, I didn't even remember she got him that, and I read it today.
Do we care about Bill and Fleur giving Harry a razor?
I don't really care. I thought it was funny. It was kind of like, oh, you're 17, so you probably need this,
You
right?
might hit puberty soon. Do you care?
Seems like you've got a little Harry Potter mustache coming in, so I want to take care
Potter's
of that.
getting a little hairy there. Do we care about
Gotta-
the watch from Ron's parents?
It's kind of described as like a really nice watch, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which, coming from the Weasleys, that's a big deal. So yeah, we care about the watch.
I have to say I care about one of these, so why not the watch?
We'll pick watch.
What about the chocolate from the Delacours?
French chocolate. It's a very kind gesture. I don't really care, but
Okay. That's the
good.
name of the segment.
Mostly care about Ginny's gift.
Do we
mostly
care
care
about
about
the box of Weasley's Wizard Wheezes from Fred and George?
You would have to think that those might come in handy later. So we'll add that one to the care list.
Okay, we got a couple that we at least kind of care about.
Yeah.
We've got a birthday party going for Harry. Step one for planning any birthday party, bring Lupin and have him act super weird the whole time.
Dinner and a show.
Yeah. What's up with that?
Did you ever see any of the SNL skits called What's Up With That? It's actually called What Up With That with Kenan Thompson,
don't think
where
so,
he's
no.
like the talk show host.
Mm-mm.
Okay, video inbound.
This will be good.
But yeah, you got to have Lupin at a party that you want. You want it to just be wild. You want people to be leaving thinking like, what the heck just happened?
You plan your party during a full moon,
Always.
and you just go for it.
You just send it. Full send.
Do you have any concept as to why Lupin was acting so weird?
I don't. It's got to be something to do with his weird werewolf stuff, right?
Okay, let's see. What do I know about Lupin? Let's say it's because he's a freaking werewolf. Werewolves can act weird without provocation, right?
It's a pretty legit excuse to act pretty weird. But no, I don't know. I don't know why that would be in this case.
Okay. Is there anything else we need to get to before the Minister for Magic, Rufus Scrimgeour, gets here?
I don't think so. I don't think we're missing anything.
Okay, so we're gonna you wanted me to play this through the board, right? So everyone can hear it. This SNL skit.
I woke up this morning and I got out of bed. Had a big old cup of coffee to clear my head. Telephone ring and you wanna chat? Well, sit on down and tell me what's up with that. Ooh-wee. What's up with that? What's up with that? Ooh-wee. What's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that? Oh, one time. Yeah.
We'll have to see if we can't get Jeremy to cut us a drop of that. Some what's up with that.
Yeah, because I mean that's what you want to be playing in people's heads when they leave your party after inviting
What's
Lupin.
up with that? What's up with that?
Ooh wee.
So Scrimgeour's here, and he's given Harry, Ron, and Hermione stuff. Are we surprised that it's all three of them?
We are not surprised that it's we are surprised that it's Ron.
Dumbledore, Hermione, I can see it. Ron?
Well, we even talk about it in the text that like Ron and Dumbledore really didn't have a legit relationship. It was just kind of like Ron was just in the background while Harry was there, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, some like for Ron and even Hermione to be written into his will for things to be given to them, that's a little shocking.
So let's just kind of do what everyone else at the party is doing. Let's sort of spitball. We've got a Deluminator. Can you describe to me what a Deluminator looks like in your head? If I'm holding a Deluminator, what am I seeing?
Given Dumbledore's sense of humor, I bet it looks just like a lighter.
Like a Bic lighter?
No, like the longer neck ones that like you would they've got like a trigger.
Mm-hmm.
I would think it looks something like that.
Okay. Why did he leave this to Ron?
He left this to Ron because he knew that being as red-headed and fair-skinned as he is, he's a little more sensitive to the light. And, just helping a brother out, being able to control that some.
So it's like the same logic that would go into like a sunscreen situation. But for a wizard, it's like, oh, let's just get rid of the light.
Yes. And I think it's also true that people with like fair skin and blue eyes are actually like their eyes are actually more sensitive to the light. Hannah told me that.
I assumed that this was just like blue-eyed person propaganda that you grew up with as a blue-eyed person.
Probably, yeah.
Just being
But
told
I
that
find
you're
it to
special.
be true. Like I'm squinting all the time, even when it's not that bright out.
Interesting. So it's very practical. The gift for Ron.
Sure. Yeah.
What about Hermione? It's a book.
Probably one of those situations where Dumbledore was like, well, I can't leave her out. I know she likes to read. Yeah, here's a book. She'll find this interesting.
So it's just a token gift, a random book.
No, I mean, I'm kind of joking. There's some kind of hidden message within it that will be helpful to them in finding Horcruxes.
And
one of these Horcruxes will be like it glows in the dark is the only way you can see it, and that's why Ron has
It's like we're in an escape room and you have to turn out the lights and use a black light.
exactly. That's what one of these Horcruxes is, and so that's why they need the Deluminator, and to find said Horcrux, it will be in a hidden message within this book.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, that'll get him started off on the right foot with the Horcrux hunt.
There you go.
Question 3. Is there something in the snitch?
I don't think there's something in the snitch. It's just the message written on the snitch.
I open at the close. What's up with that? What's up with that?
I think open is like more figurative. Like the snitch will become a sort of key to open a door or a passageway. Or
Like in Hogwarts?
probably miles beneath Hogwarts. I don't think something's physically within the snitch. I think the snitch is a kind of key. Like I open said door at the close.
So it's a National Treasure situation where they stick
Yeah.
the boat into like a boat shape and then that opens the vault.
You've got it.
Okay. So here's my next question. This one's a little more broad. Harry.
Good. I do really well with broad questions.
Yeah. So Harry is fighting Voldemort, right? We can agree on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we can agree.
So, and then also, as far as we can tell, Scrimgeour also is not a fan of Voldemort. He would prefer the Voldemort be fought, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so why can't we be on the same team? Why can't we get on the same page?
Because the motives are different.
How's that?
Scrimgeour wants... I don't think Scrimgeour is all that different from Fudge in that he's more worried about reputation. I feel like the position of Minister of Magic is just a commentary on like government in general. Like the career politician, right? Like not that worried about actually getting anything done, more worried about status and reputation
Sure.
and power. So yeah, Scrimgeour wants everybody to think he's fighting Voldemort and they're doing all they can and like nothing's really going bad behind the scenes. We're just sweeping stuff under the rug so you don't hear about it. And Harry's more like, no, we're actually gonna get something done.
Okay.
And I don't really care about how it looks, or I just, I'm more worried about the truth and actually bringing Voldemort to justice.
And Scrimgeour isn't actually legitimately interested in bringing Voldemort to justice, as far as you can tell.
I think he's interested in that, but he is more worried about getting the credit for it.
Yeah. It being on his terms.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Do we care about Beetle the Bard? It's like the wizarding Mother Goose. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, because that's the story that Ron knows, right? It's like the book he's read that Hermione hasn't.
Yeah. And the one that Dumbledore gave her.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of seems like the answer to some of these questions about where Horcruxes are and things like that that seems like a Dumbledore thing to do, to some of those answers to be hidden within like a nursery rhyme type story.
So do you think we're going to get to hear some of these stories?
I think so. I don't think Dumbledore would give those gifts to them without a purpose.
Love a book in a book.
Who doesn't?
Anything else before we turn the page to chapter 8?
Let's head to 8.
Okay,
What do we got?
Let's get in at least one quick howl here.
Okay.
Evening, gentlemen. It's Chad. Just wanted to call in and commend you both on working out your differences when it comes to chicken wings and chicken wing styles and whatnot. And special shout out to Bo for getting that conversation started. We may not all agree on the perfect style of chicken wing, but we can all agree that they are delicious. I hope you guys have a good evening. Bye.
Thanks, Chad.
Amen. Bo and Chad, just peacemakers.
I've always said that about them.
Just communication bridges, those two.
On the chicken wings front, we're going to get in one more howl here.
Hey guys, it's me, Rachel, with George Beasley here. We're both House Gryffindor, as you know. I'm not actually calling to talk to you. I'm talking to Cadillac. George and I are actually on our way to Alabama right now. I saved up a couple episodes. That way we have something to listen to. So I'm listening to the Chicken Wing Muggies. And so they're talking about how, like, I had, like, flipped you up to see if you were, close enough to where we were. So, like, I'm going to be in your vicinity, so I'm waving at you as we pass through, but hope you're doing well, and thanks for always supporting. I love it.
So what's great about this is that people are now using the howler as like a missed connections. They're communicating to other listeners.
That's all I've ever wanted. I've just wanted us to be the means to connect Harry Potter fans around the globe.
Misconnection. I am a golden doodle driving through Alabama. You are a man that listens to a Harry Potter podcast that also lives in the deep south.
It's good. Who knew when we started this that that's what it would turn into?
Chad knew.
Chad always knew.
He knew from the beginning. Okay, we've got a couple more, but we'll save them. Maybe we'll do one at the end. Chapter 8, The Wedding. Here's my first question for you. This is another broad one. It's not broad. Give me 3 Harry Potter marriages that will definitely happen.
Wow. Harry and Ginny will get married.
That's one.
Huh. I'm not gonna say that one.
Oh, now you super have to say that one. What?
What ran through my mind was dang it, I'm drawing a blank on names. It's been that
Snape
long.
and McGonagall.
No, goofy kid that I think is going to end up turning at the end.
Yes,
Why
this
am I
is the Harry
drawing a
Potter
blank?
content I wanted. Is that you'd read 6 books and know everything about Harry Potter and then forget it before we record again. You're talking about Neville. Neville Longbottom.
Gosh dang, Neville Longbottom and Seamus.
Okay, yeah, it's 2020 or in the books the mid 90s.
That's not number 2. I just ran through my head and thought I'd drop that there. Luna and Neville.
Neville's he's gonna marry Seamus, get divorced, marry Luna.
There you go. And then I will say Trelawney and Hagrid.
Okay, an opposites attract situation.
There you go.
Gonna make some little 1/4 giants. Those are your 3 Harry Potter weddings. You guys can put those on wax. Okay, so we're at a wedding. Do we care about the wedding, like wedding festivities? We've got a band. We've got a, officiant. Do we care about any of that stuff?
No, seems like a fairly straightforward wedding.
Okay. So the first kind of thing that we do care about, we got a lot of crumb. More crumb than you would think.
Why is Crumb there? Who invited Crumb?
You can't think of who would invite crumb? Who's getting married? Who are the two people?
Bill and Fleur.
Okay. One of whom
Is from the same country as Victor?
no, participate in the Triwizard tournament with Victor.
Okay. It's like
It's a bond.
it's like Katniss Everdeen inviting someone random from another, because they were
Thresh.
in the Hunger Games.
Well,
together.
they're all
Like,
dead.
What?
She didn't invite Cedric because he's
That's
dead.
true. Yeah. Good point. Had to invite someone. Cedric's dead, so
Cedric's
go with
dead.
Crumb.
Harry's there. Harry's there on the groom side.
Who's Harry? I thought we were talking about cousin Barney.
Cousin Barney. He's just one of the cousins.
Cousin Barney from Kentucky.
Crumb's there, and he's stirring up trouble. Crumb is not there to play nice. He's there to fight with everyone.
He's crumbing.
Yeah. Why is he fighting with Zeno Lovegood? My boy Zeno.
Yeah. What a name. He doesn't like the way I'm seeing it is like Zeno has a little pin on his jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Am I thinking that correctly, or is it larger and more busy than that?
In the movie, it's portrayed. You can't see me. It's like a pendant. It's maybe that. It's like like on a necklace, kind of like at the end of his chain.
Okay. So it's Zeno's chain, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's
cool.
stepping to his chain.
Yeah. And so he doesn't like he doesn't like his chain, bro. He doesn't like the logo or the symbol because it's I forget.
Yes.
Is it
Make it up? Make it up. What is
Oh,
it?
sick.
3, 2, 1.
Grindelwald.
Grindelwald. There you go. That's right. It's right. It is Grindelwald.
Yeah. Which used to be fudge. Basically, it would be the same thing as like if I likened it to
Mm-hmm.
there's
There's an obvious parallel to draw here.
Well, I think there's two.
Okay.
The first one is like swastika stuff with Hitler.
Yeah, it is.
And the second one I thought of would be like if you walked into a party
like you were walking onto a yacht. Your hat strategically dipped below one eye. Your scarf was apricot. You have one eye in the mirror as you watch yourself go by.
What are you saying?
I had some dreams. There were clouds in my coffee. Clouds in my coffee and...
Is this like a Decemberist
You're
song? Or
so
like, what is this?
vain. You probably think this song is about you. You're so vain. You've never heard You're So Vain?
No, I've definitely heard that. I just like no one ever sings the verses to that. So.
You stated exactly the first line of it.
Okay, well now I know that to not do that anymore.
No, you know to do it anymore.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't even know where we were going with that, but basically Victor is very offended by it.
Well, you said there was a second parallel you were drawing.
Oh,
it was like you're walking into a party.
It would be like if you... Like, I kind of likened it to where things have gotten with, like, the Confederate flag, right? Oh. Like, it's just bad taste. Like, even if you think that represents, like, some kind of family heritage, you know, like, it represents a lot of pain and hurt and suffering for a group of people. So, like, why, like, you know, just doesn't... Like if you walked into a party with like a rebel flag hat and like
as one does.
Right. It's just
There are
kinda
people
like,
that make that choice.
and so that why I'm comparing it to that is like I don't know if Zeno thinks it's some kind of like nod to his family heritage or something. Like I'm guessing he doesn't mean anything by it, but Victor's offended by it. So
It's at least potentially ambiguous enough to not be a full swastika.
sure.
Though I guess you'll hear like, well, in Hindi, that symbol reversed means peace, or whatever.
Right. Right.
So Crumb wants to fight him about that. How confused are you about the difference between Gregorovich and Grindelwald? What's
Ask
a
that again?
Gregorovich? So there's multiple Eastern European GR sounding names that get brought up in this chapter. Grindelwald and Gregorovich. Were you under the impression until just now that those were the same name?
No.
Okay, who are those two people then?
Grigorovich is the old wand maker that made Victor Crumb's wand. Grindelwald is... He's like one of the dark arts wizards that Dumbledore defeated. Right?
Yeah, he's Wizard Hitler.
So was he kind of the founder of like the mudblood, pureblood thing?
I can't answer that for you right now. I'm sorry. Can answer it, won't answer it.
Okay.
It's a nuanced answer. Let's put it that way.
Gotcha.
We're gonna have to come to a conclusion together, organically, on that. But at least you are aware that those are two distinct individuals. That's what I was wanting to see. And then a lot of what I think you would consider the meat of this chapter is a conversation between Elphius Doge, Harry, a.k.a. Cousin Barney, and Muriel, Auntie Muriel Weasley.
Yes.
In which Elphius Doge is like, I remember Dumbledore, he was a good guy. And Muriel's like, good guy? You mean big time jerk face? So how much who do we believe?
I think there's we've kind of got to break it into like percentages. Like we can put 70%, more than 70. We can put like 80% of our faith in what Doge is saying and maybe 20 in like there's in all the garbage that Aunt Muriel is spewing, some of it there might be loosely based in some fact. Kind of one of those where there's smoke, there's fire type things.
Right.
But she's all together trying to paint Dumbledore as this like he's not who you think he is. He's actually a total jerk behind closed doors. And like I don't buy that. We know Dumbledore well enough, I think.
Right. But where is normally I feel like we are kind of in lockstep with Harry, right? You think what Harry thinks because you're seeing what Harry sees. Do you have a feel for who Harry is buying in this conversation?
I think we as the reader are set up to be a little bit torn with Harry between what we want to believe and then curious 17-year-old boy of like, but I need to know this for a fact for myself. I need to go to Godric's Hollow and find out for myself.
Because it turns out Godric's Hollow is a meaningful location.
Yes.
Why?
That's where Harry was born, right? Is that right?
Yes, yeah.
But it's also where Dumbledore lived for a time.
Spent some adolescence there.
Yeah.
And
so would have been a cool place to visit regardless, but now it's got some meaning and some purpose because Dumbledore has family still there?
Well, I'm not going to answer that. It feels like Harry is hurt when he discovers this, right? I'm from Godric's Hollow. He's from Godric's Hollow. Dumbledore spent all this time with me. Why didn't he tell me?
And that probably perpetuates the feeling of like, was he hiding something? Is there stuff there about him that I'll find that I didn't want to know?
We spent a lot of time together where he could have told me a lot of things.
Yeah. But to play devil's advocate with that argument, like, yes, they spent a lot of time together, but most of it had like very specific purpose. Like they didn't ever just hang out and drink butterbeer.
It was pragmatic. Can you imagine how fun that would have been?
Like, yeah, tons of fun. But there was never like Dumbledore was never like, hey Harry, why don't you come up? We'll have a few drinks, just hang out. And then like it ended up being, Dumbledore, where are you from?
Yeah.
We've never gotten into that. And then, actually, Godric's Hollow. No way. That's where I was born.
Yeah.
Like, they just never had those kinds of conversations. It was, like, huddled over a pensive or, Dumbledore's, like, kind of hiding things from him anyways because he's trying to protect him. So, like, there was never really just a casual... But I do understand the feeling of you're already hearing, like, this... maybe real, maybe fake news from Muriel, and then you're like, oh wait, why wouldn't he have told me that anyways?
Right, because
like it creates some doubt.
If he's this super intelligent, super wise old wizard that you're supposed to trust so much, he should know Harry well enough to know that if he doesn't hear this from me, he's going to be hurt.
I don't think Dumbledore thought in those terms. I think he was so bent on protection that he didn't always think through like, but if this doesn't go the way I think it will Harry be hurt by not knowing? It's like I'd rather take that chance in hopes of protection than I would just laying my cards on the table so that Harry's feelings don't get hurt.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens in the 5th book is that he stays away from him and then he's like, my bad. Like I should have realized how much that would hurt you.
Exactly.
And then now I have 2 more books. Now I have another book to tell you the things that would have hurt you. Yeah, I mean, it's fair that he wouldn't make that total turnaround, but
yeah.
As far as the details of the allegations levied against Dumbledore and his family, a couple of them that I brought up specifically about him being involved in the dark arts. Do we believe that?
I don't believe... I guess I'll just say what I'd like to believe is that Dumbledore's like kind of helped discover them, and maybe they weren't always dark. Maybe they got into the wrong hands.
He's like the
Does that make sense?
He's Alfred Nobel who invented dynamite.
Yeah, like I could see Dumbledore being smart enough and curious enough to know that there's other kinds of magic out there and kind of being powerful enough to harness that magic, but then realizing like, whoa, this is not good stuff. Nobody should use this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But then it was too late.
What about this whole thing with his little sister who was supposedly a squib and his mom was embarrassed about it and so she kept her on house arrest or whatever?
I don't know what to think of that whole situation. I'm really hoping we get some clear answers to that soon.
Why? Why do you hope
that? Well, for one, I don't really understand the dynamic with Dumbledore there. Like, I don't know where he was at in that situation, what he was thinking or feeling. I feel like there's a lot of nebulous, like, gray area. But there's a lot of speculation and a lot of like, this is actually, this is the side of Dumbledore. This is the TMZ side of Dumbledore that you don't know about. And it's like, well, there's probably some, like I was saying from the outset, like there's probably some truth in this, but a lot of it's probably wild speculation and hearsay.
Do you envision there being a scenario where, your opinion of Dumbledore is colored by what you learn. Like, oh wow, he actually did, aid and abet in this, or he let this injustice go on, and now I don't think it's highly of him going forward.
I think it would be a lie to say that it wouldn't affect it somewhat. I think you can also have grace and understand that Dumbledore was probably young and made mistakes, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think you have to, whatever we learn about him, you have to view in light. Like, you have to hold it in one hand, and in the other hand, look at the character and the accomplishment and the selflessness that was displayed throughout this entire story so far in the
Right.
Dumbledore we knew as the reader.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if some pretty rough, not so flattering news comes from what we find if we go to Godric's Hollow, that'll be like, oh, that's a bummer. Wish that wasn't true. But you gotta look at the whole body of who Dumbledore is, not just mistakes he may have made in the past.
You can't just look at Jordan's career with the Wizards.
Exactly. Wow, really relevant and kind of punny joke there.
Ah, Wizards. Nice. And you did that on purpose.
Yeah.
We're going to get a quick do we care in here, kind of pivot slightly. Do we care about the Vila cousins that keep getting brought up? With whom Fred and George disappear into the dark corner of the tent?
Yeah, because I don't really know that it's a great idea to introduce some weird bloodline stuff going on here with Weasleys and related Vila. And
Got to keep it pure. Got to keep it in house, right? Marry a second cousin and keep it moving, Fred and George. You got plenty of cousins. Why you got to look outside the house?
Not what I was getting at, but you could take it that direction if you want.
So you're saying Fred and George are already weird enough; they don't need to be marrying Vilas, or not marrying, I guess, procreating.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we've got a slippery slope that we're towing right now.
A Vila's body, what Vila does with a Vila's body is that Vila's choice, right?
I didn't say that.
Again,
I don't know. I don't
timely.
know. I don't know what you're getting at.
Me neither. I'm just trying to put words in your mouth.
I don't appreciate it.
Well, welcome to this podcast, Braden. So, do we care about Scrimgeour being dead? We're told that the Minister for Magic is dead.
Yeah. You're asking if I care if the Minister of Magic is dead?
Sure.
Yeah, I care a little.
Why?
Seems like something to care about.
What's going to happen? Why do we care about it?
Because whether Harry relied on it or not, the institution of the Ministry of Magic was sort of the last line of defense, I think. A metaphorical line of defense. There was still the herd is thinning here against Voldemort. We've lost Dumbledore, we're losing the Ministry of Magic.
Sirius. Mad Eye.
Lupin's going crazy. Mad Eye died.
Mm-hmm.
How long before we lose Kingsley? I feel like Voldemort's kind of picking him off here as we get closer and closer to Harry.
And I mean, it gets underplayed, but the Ministry had a hand in protecting Harry. They put some of the enchantments around the burrow to keep it safe.
That's what I mean. Is it corrupt? Yeah. Are their motives always pure? No. But virtually on the same team, right?
Murder is still illegal under the current regime.
Yeah, exactly.
So my last question here is where do we go from here? As far as you know, the last thing we heard was the Ministry has fallen, Scrimgeour is dead, they are coming. So what's about to happen is my question for you.
I mean, the Death Eaters and Voldemort are coming to the wedding. We're gonna have a party.
So like it's going down right now. Like there's going to be a bunch of big duels and stuff.
I don't think it's going to right now. There's too much book left, and a wedding doesn't seem like the time or place. So they'll probably flee right now. But it seems like their mechanisms for like hiding Harry aren't working anymore.
Yeah, it's getting.
There's a snitch somewhere, and like he's not safe anywhere. So.
Oh, so you think there's some kind of there's a mole, there's a weak link in Harry's inner circle?
I do. I don't know who it is, and I know you're gonna ask me, but
How'd you know?
I mean, from the Seven Harrys situation, I would have said Mundungus, but I don't think he's at the wedding.
Right.
But he may have known about the wedding. I mean, he's been around that long.
How secret can you keep a wedding?
Not a real secret. I mean, it's all over Insta, right?
It's gotta be. You know,
Like
Fleur has a hashtag.
Fleur is posting all over the place.
From Weasley to Wheeze Me. Hashtag. The best wedding hashtag that I've been a part of is when my friend Brett Walther got married, and the groomsmen and I decided, I was a groomsman, but we decided that the hashtag would be to the window to the Walther.
Ooh, that is a good one.
Yeah.
I think the idea of wedding hashtags is kind of dumb to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Of course it is.
But if you can make it punny like that, I can at least appreciate that.
I think it makes sense if it's like for a really big wedding where there's going to be a lot of 23-year-old girls taking pictures, putting them on Instagram, and so you can really see, from several different perspectives, like the next day what was going on.
Yeah, that's true.
That's about it, though. And you all have to be on the same page because we were the only ones that did a second hashtag, which was till the sweat runs down my balthers. So that was mostly just us.
Good. Very good.
Anything else on Chapter 8, the wedding?
I think we've covered it.
So there's going to be some kind of fight. Going to be some kind of fight. People are going to be showing up. Scrimgeour's dead. Harry's dying probably next chapter.
I don't know that we know Scrimgeour's dead. I also want to put that out there.
We don't trust the source of this Patronus.
Well, the Patronus came from Kingsley, and I'm saying Kingsley probably, Kingsley wouldn't lie, I don't think, unless he's the mole. But I'm saying, could they have staged his death and we find out that Scrimgeour's actually a Death Eater?
Scrimgeour's not dead. He's surely alive.
Yikes. I think that's our episode title for this one.
The rare
Yikes.
3 Yikes episode.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Scrimgeour's not dead. He's surely alive should be the episode title. He's living on the inside. Working at the ministry.
The episode title is Till Sweat Drop Down.
That's up to Jeremy. That's up to.
We actually are going to get our very first explicit tag on an episode.
It's about time. No, there's no way. This has definitely not been the most explicit episode.
That's true.
Well, let's get in one more howl real quick here. We've got a minute and a half to spare.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. It's Chad. Thanks again for having me on episode 73. Had a lot of fun chatting up, talking about Harry Potter with you guys. So I re-listened to the episode with my wife in the last couple of days, and I realized when we got to chapter 4, Rogge, you asked, is this a good plan? And for whatever reason, it struck me. Obviously, hindsight being 2020, it was not a good plan. But it also struck me in that moment that why didn't they just put the invisibility cloak on Harry, put him in the sidecar on Hagrid's bike, drive him to Grimmauld Place, take a port key, to one of the members' houses, then nobody dies. George keeps his ear, all that stuff. Anyway, not the greatest plan. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Hope you guys are having a good day. Talk to you soon. Bye.
It's always good to get another entry in the "we are very poorly utilizing this dope invisibility cloak"
Oh my gosh.
catalog.
It's egregious. The misuse of the invisibility cloak
Braden.
is out of control.
Pwah, 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 pwah.
Braden's beef!
Yes.
Gosh, and this has been my beef throughout the entirety of this freaking show.
I remember when they leave it on the tower after dropping Norbert off. You're like, guys, what?
What are we doing? This is the most important asset we have. Not just Harry, we as a quad squad. This can get us out of anything and everything if we use it correctly and we don't just leave it places.
So yeah, that's our beef.
Beefy.
It is wild. It's wild. There's so many better ways they could have done it.
Like it gets to the point where I start to wonder if JKR, it's like her little running joke that's like kind of under the rug. Like it's not explicit, not in your face, but it's like, hey, here's another situation where if you think about it, all this could be resolved by using the invisibility cloak.
Now, the astute reader will notice that this is another scenario where we should have used the invisibility cloak.
I don't know. It gets me fired up, though. I'll say that.
I couldn't tell. So thank you guys for listening. We're going to be tackling chapters. Let's inform Braden right now what chapters we're tackling. I think it's just another 2-chap app. No, it's 3 chapters. 9, 10, 11.
9, 10, and 11.
Going to be tackling 3 chapters. We may have somebody on to discuss chapters 9 through 11. We'll see if we can work that out. We appreciate you sticking with us, listening to us. We appreciate your howls. Thank you to Chad and Rachel for giving us stuff to talk about today. Thank you for subscribing, unsubscribing, and resubscribing, and rating us 5 stars on your podcast app of choice, wherever podcasts are sold. Braden, let's. Who do you want to shout out this episode, Braden? Let's do a Braden shout out.
Bwah, 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 bwah.
Braden shout out.
Man, you're putting me on the spot here. Shout out to my lovely wife who is currently preparing chicken tenders.
Yeah, chicken. You gotta love a chicken tender.
Love a good chicken tender. What about you? You got any shout outs over there?
Yeah, shout out my realtor. Really held our hand through this whole thing.
Hey,
shout out Mark Skibowski.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got a name.
Yep.
He works hard.
Mm-hmm. Mark@skibowskiteam.net. Shoot him an email. He's more of an early morning than a late night guy, but he'll definitely get back at you. Mark, great about answering. We'll be like, Mark, dumb question. Do we have to pay for the inspection, or how does that work?
What's a mortgage?
Yeah, can you walk me? They're talking about percentages. I'm just not a numbers guy.
They keep saying escrow. Is
Yeah.
that like a type of bird?
Mm-hmm.
Or like, what is that? It sounds like a weird. I don't really like birds. I think they're creepy.
They've got knives for faces, Mark.
And they make those little weird noises like they don't like that you're there. It's like they're kind of saying, hey, move, get out of here.
Chip, 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 chip.
Yeah.
Chip, chip,
it's
chip,
just-
chip, chip.
They're not kind animals.
So shout out Mark Skibowski. Shout out Hannah Rogers Carpenter. Here, let me.
Whoa. Just
What?
Carpenter.
Oh, really? She dropped the Rogers?
Yeah, she did that when we got married.
That's fine. My mom didn't. My mom is Gail Rogie Merriman. So
Still, really?
I wasn't just making it up. Yeah.
Okay.
Her middle name was Cattle. So she was like, that's fine. We'll just go straight to Rogie.
That's
And we'll
great.
just kind of close the loop on that.
That's good.
Yeah. And you got to remember, how many times have I used to just call her Hannah Rogers, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's just part of it. So thank you guys for listening. We'll be back with you definitely next week for sure. And we'll keep talking about Harry Potter. You're so welcome. No sports this week.
That means a heavy helping of sports next week.
We have a lot of fantasy football to catch up on.
Not so much for me. I am at the bottom of my league.
George Kittle got hurt this week. It was bad for me.
Yeah. I had Saquon. So.
Yikes. Bye.
Bye.